pictures here and there, but I would like to get an actual like family
That's
group
so funny.
pic.
We're like the same way. Like I'll see these things on Instagram of like all the family together, and I'm like, we never take those family pics.
Never. They're all like coordinating.
Yeah.
You're like, what happened there?
Or it's like half the family and everybody's like eating with like a chicken bone or a turkey bone out of it.
Or asleep. Or they're asleep.
Funny story. Oh, this was actually my next question was a funny Thanksgiving memory. This is actually a funny Christmas memory. But anyway, before I share my memory, do you have a memory that sticks out to you?
I don't have a funny, like,
I'm laughing.
We are just a crew of like weird things happen. It's just like not even, it doesn't stand out as funny because it's just like your everyday like thing. I always tell people like we need to have someone videotaping all the time. Like just come over and stand in the corner and you will just laugh at all of the things that happen. People say the wrong words. They tell stupid jokes. Somebody trips on something. It's just like an everyday occurrence. So yeah, I think the only thing I can think of is that we were sitting around opening gifts and somebody like, I can't remember who made the joke, but I think my sister was like talking about wet willies. And you know what a wet willy is, right?
Yeah.
And my dad was like, you don't want to stick your tongue in my ear. I'm like, and we were dying. We're like, that's not what a wet willy is. And so to this day, we'll always be like, you don't want to stick your tongue in my ear. So it's like a stupid thing that we always say now on Christmas. He'll be like, oh, and stick your tongue in my ear.
I'll have to say that to him now.
Yeah, now you know.
Stick your tongue in your ear.
And then he was hysterical laughing because he knew it was wrong. So we're all laughing, and now we just always say it back.
But just the thought of actually doing that.
I know, it's so gross. We're big movie quote repeaters as well.
Oh, yeah.
We like to do a lot of quotes from Christmas Vacation.
My favorite movie.
Oh my gosh, we are meant to be
that
friends.
Is so funny.
And Four Christmases. We always repeat.
I don't think I've
some. Well, we have to watch it. Reese Witherspoon.
Yes, my sister
so
said
funny.
She was dying at that. I love The Holiday with.
I love that one
Candace
too.
Cameron and Kate Winslet.
But those two are my faves. So our family, we love them both. We do a lot of those quotes.
So,
what's your funny story?
Well, before I get to that, it's actually a Christmas story, but it's actually super funny to me. To me, at least. All my funny stories are funny to me, but not
always
really
the way.
funny to other people. So tradition for Thanksgiving to start like the Christmas holiday, we'll watch Christmas Vacation. So when you said that, I was like, oh, that's a tradition. Like when people ask me like what our traditions are, I'm like, oh, we don't really have them. But then when I think about it, we actually do have a lot of things that we do. Like the next day we'll put up Christmas decorations.
Right.
On Black Friday instead of shopping.
Yeah, we don't do any decorating till after Thanksgiving. And I won't listen to a Christmas song until then.
You know what? I actually did start listening to Christmas music because I feel like Thanksgiving was so late.
The only one I've listened to is yours. Because I had to. That's it. That's the only reason.
Sang some harmonies on my
That's the
song.
only reason. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the Christmas tunes. It's late.
I sprinkled them in a little bit just
here
because.
and there, like boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. I was
hear
just
you.
wanting to feel a little bit
We're
more
singing one today.
jolly. Yes.
So that'll
Have
be good.
yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
I'm ready.
So we had a new tradition for Christmas. We went to my cousin's house instead of my aunt's house in North Jersey. So we went to Aston, PA, and went to her house, and she just did such a lovely job. And we're going there again this year. But they are such a wonderful couple, my cousin and her husband Brian, who actually hosts a radio show.
Fantastic.
On, oh my gosh, I can't remember what it is.
We'll come back to
Brian.
that.
So
Brian, but thank you for radio hosting.
Shout out to Brian, the Social Network. So they had like all these games and stuff, and we never really had all of that. And they had karaoke in the basement.
Ooh, fun.
So we're doing karaoke, and there was some drinking going on. I wasn't drinking because I don't drink, but my sister was drinking, and there was karaoke going on in the basement. And we all go up from the basement to go have dessert. And this entire time, maybe it was like an hour that we were upstairs, just eating our dessert, and Santa came and all this stuff. And an hour goes by, I'm like, where's Jamie, my older sister? I'm like, nobody can find her.
Oh my gosh. Where was she?
I'm crying.
Jamie.
I go downstairs in the basement, and my sister's not like the greatest singer. So sorry, Jamie. You do have a lovely voice. So I go downstairs, and she's still there an hour later doing karaoke
by herself,
completely like lit by herself in the
Jamie.
dark. In the dark,
she was past the point of no return there. Oh my gosh.
I died.
Jamie, that's fantastic. I think I talked about this before. Yeah, I know Jamie, if somehow she knows me actually from singing would be my guess. And did I talk about this before that she messaged me on Facebook like a million years ago?
I don't think you said it on the potty.
I didn't say it on the potty. And she said, I really want you to sing with my sister. And when people say things like that as a musician, you're like, oh yeah, okay, like who knows who those people are. Like whenever someone introduces me to anybody and says, oh, this person is a musician, I'm like, but are they?
Yeah.
Can she sing? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Usually like not to blow her off, but I kind of did. Sorry, Jamie.
I totally understand that.
And then once Des and I met and I realized she wrote me again, and she's like, I'm so happy to hear that you and my sister are singing together. I'm like, what? And so I put the pieces together. I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole time Jamie was correct. And I just blew her off for years.
It was a long time.
I did not know.
It's so funny.
It's so funny how that comes together. But Jamie, I'm happy to hear your karaoke songs.
It was so funny. It was the best moment
hanging out in the dark,
holiday life,
singing her heart out
in the dark for an hour. It was a long time.
She was having a great time.
We just all went up because when I hear dessert, I'm there. I love dessert. That's my favorite.
Your girl
part of
goes
any
right
meal.
there, and
she's just having a good time.
She was living it up
because they have a bar in the basement, and they were so funny.
Yeah, James, I want to hear more of that. I want to hear
your
karaoke.
She was working in sales at the time, and that was a long time ago. That's like a good 10 plus years. Mm-hmm. It's like before she was married, and you were singing at the mall somewhere.
Oh my gosh, that's how long ago this is?
Yeah, and she heard your voice and was like an angel going through the mall, she said, just singing. And she's like, I have to go figure out who that is. And that's when she met you.
That's crazy.
You were singing with your dad's band?
Yeah.
Why in the mall?
I don't know. That's so strange, Jamie. Mm-hmm. Like, I straight ignored you for a while. Years. I'm sorry, Jamie.
Well, it's understandable. You guys didn't know each other. My sister's super friendly. She's like got the heart of gold. She is such a wonderful person and so giving. And but when you don't know somebody very well, you have to.
I feel like you know how it is when people are like, "Hey, my cousin's friend has a band that you should." Whatever. And sometimes it's accurate, but sometimes it's terrible. Yes. And so I try to not give too much
more
to
often
it.
than not. It's not good.
I know,
because they're biased and their family. And I was actually singing for my cousin's. Well, she's like an older cousin. Their 50th wedding anniversary, and the DJ was like really kind of hesitant not to have me sing, but like didn't know if I was good or not. And then afterwards, he was like, Tess, I'm so pleasantly surprised that you're good, because some people say that their nephew or niece is really good, and they get up there and they're just horrendous.
Yes.
So I was like,
that was my fear when Jamie told me I needed to meet you. I'm like, I don't think so.
And this is just the ongoing story of Julie and I, and how we've known everybody else in our lives except for each other and our friends and family, apparently, and we just never.
That's
and
so
I'm
weird.
Still meeting people in your family. Like, I went to an event and I met your cousin, and he turns around, he's like showing me a picture of you. He's like, do you know this girl? I'm like,
should I say I do or don't? Like, who are you to ask me? And why are you looking for her?
Why are you looking for her? Right. I don't know. Because it was a human trafficking event. So,
that was a bad time to show a photo and ask if you know this girl.
Seriously, that's actually.
Oh, he could have been like an undercover cop
funny.
Even.
Yeah.
It's okay. Shout out to Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave, you are awesome.
Uncle Dave, thank you.
But anyway,
what else you got for me, or do you want to do our songs?
Let's do our songs.
All right. Let me just pull. I want to pull up my song list.
Me too.
I've been jamming a lot of jams. I'm trying to see of what has been my go-to.
I Believe by Natalie Grant.
That was I
sarcasm implied.
I listened to that song about 4 times.
Let me just say we love Natalie Grant.
I really do.
Love you.
I really do love Natalie Grant.
Don't love the song.
Natalie Grant. I know someone probably wrote that and said, this song I wrote and I couldn't not think of you. And I feel for you. I feel for
totally
you
hard to sing
on that song.
There's like key changes in it, like to minor to major, and then
I
want to
know
again.
like
It's
how
awful.
long she prepped to sing that song. Anyway, I still have been listening to the Anticipation album by Brian and Katie Torwalt, and there's a song on there called "Freedom Is Coming," which is like an upbeat song that's on there, and the words I think are just really powerful. The chorus is, "Oh, freedom is coming. Oh, I can feel it in the air." And I think in this time of like darkness that I'm in, I need to lift myself up with singing and saying things that maybe I don't fully believe, but just prophesying and declaring them over my life. Because sometimes when we lead worship or we're up there and we're singing the songs, we're not always in a good place to believe the words that we are singing. But when you go and you force yourself, you're like, no, I know this is true about God, and I'm going to go through this. Even though I don't feel like singing it, I'm going to do it, because that's what God wants from us. He wants us to continue to believe in him and to believe that freedom is coming, to believe that there is an end to the darkness, to be there before the breakthrough, to sit in the middle. So freedom is coming. I'm singing it because I know that this feeling that I'm in isn't permanent. And so I will sing that and declare that over my life, especially during this time.
It's funny because last night I was talking to the Lord, because in our anxiety we can feel trapped. And I just feel like in the darkness right now with the fall and the winter, it's very dark outside, and just feel kind of trapped in this, enveloped in this darkness and this feeling. And I just was reminded of a verse, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. And then, he who is free is free indeed.
Yes.
And just kind of declaring that, kind of not feeling that way right now, and just asking the Holy Spirit to bring about that freedom.
Yes.
So it's cool that you even
and I also have been thinking on this verse, which is Exodus 14:14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still.
Yeah.
You need only to be still. And I think that is so important, especially in this time where everybody's busy. It's time to just make sure you find those moments to be still with God and truly listen to him, and think about all the things that you're thankful for. Anxiety is hard and it makes us sad, but if we make a grateful list, sometimes that can bring us out of it. So I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for people listening, thankful for our family, for friends, for a home, for a church. There's so many things that we can write. Thankful for coffee as always, and seltzer water. But, write down your grateful list, and we'd love to hear from you. So, let us know what you're thankful for. We're going to post a picture of our pop sockets.
Yes, we've got pop sockets.
Yes. And you can comment below what you're thankful for.
So my song is Heal Our Land by Carrie Job.
Oh.
Great album, The Garden by Carrie Job.
That album is so good.
So
the artwork,
good.
the illustration, the song The Garden.
Yes.
I cry every time.
The garden. It really helped my sister Jamie to get through and the death of her first son. It was actually written, Carrie Job wrote it for her sister who lost her daughter.
Yes.
Same way that I lost my nephew. So it was very close to Jamie's heart. But I'm learning this song because I'm singing for our prayer breakfast. And, it's about prayer, and it's about God's Spirit moving amongst the church and breathing into the church, and so that we can be a light, because it's really our responsibility, because the world has gone dark. It's because the church has gone dark. So, preaching moment for today. I did have something poignant to say.
I'm ready to hear it.
No, it totally left my brain.
It's gone?
Yes.
Maybe it will come back for the next one.
What was the verse that you actually just shared?
Exodus 14:14.
What was it, though?
The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still.
That's what I was going to say. So when you said being still, that triggered something, because we need to definitely be still with the Lord in prayer. But also, when I was going through a really hard time, I also had that verse in mind. But I felt the Lord was saying, just stop complaining. Like you said, be thankful. Stop gossiping. Stop trying to figure out the situation or make it work. Just let it go. And it was in a situation where I had to stop talking to a person, and they kept contacting me, and I had to block them, and I had to just stop. And